How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Caddison here, and we're reacting to another episode of Charmed. It's episode 15 of Season 3. Very much looking forward to this episode, and I'll tell you why, because I have a feeling that this is going to be the episode. This is going to be a happy, wonderful episode. Given what was mentioned in the last episode, it flew off my mind when I was, echoing my thoughts in the last about the last episode. But there was something that was pretty prominent, which was the fact that there was a mention that was a week until the big day. And in my calculations in TV land, a week usually means the next episode, unless we're in a two-parter event, which the last episode, I believe, was not so. I am ready to be excited. I am ready to be happy. Of course, there's going to be shenanigans, especially for those who might not ship Leo and Piper, because otherwise this would probably be a bit of a boring episode, right? So, yeah. But as long as we do not get any kind of pausing in regards to marrying Leo and Piper, especially on today of all days, because recording this right now, it's April Fool's Day. That would be a scandalous crime, that Charmed. I mean, it would be my fault, technically. I was meant to record this yesterday, but I had a bit of a headache, so yeah. But still, it would be absolutely rude, and I would not forgive, even though that the show, it's not the show's fault. I would never forgive this show. So, yeah. No, I'm excited to go into this episode, though. So, yeah, I'll be happy. So, it'll be a great way to start my morning. So, or day, should I say. So, with that said, let's get into this episode of Charmed. It's episode 15 of Season 3. Let's go.
The marriage is the conquest. This place must feel like...
Oh, very poignant, isn't it?
Here I thought weddings were supposed to be
that
romantic.
Message.
Oh, my dear sweet child.
Better listen to Grams. Maybe, I mean, you could always calculate her age by the number of rings on her fingers.
Oh, right. Wow! Oh,
is done.
Who tries to ruin it for you?
Not if you're
if it's a I was gonna say if it's a sleep demon, you'll be screwed, Prue.
Bye.
I'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Ah!
The women keep their names in this.
It's like Doctor Who, Mr. and Mrs. Pond.
And I want to know what that's like, but.
This is giving me Sandman vibes.
The least you can do is tell me your name.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Guess he's gonna have to keep running after her. You can't... Hey, wait, what? Where? Oh, was he there in that... Oh, okay. Oh. And he knows the bride cannot see before the wedding, so he zipped out the perfect opportunity.
Yes, I am guilty of... He was just a big rude guy. And it was just in her dreams, honey. Yeah, and the only thing I need to vanquish him is a potion called coffee.
Yes!
Ah, that must be the flowers.
But there's nothing demonic about coffee. Coffee is awesome.
And eat your breakfast, and then I will have a hot...
You know what is demonic, though? In terms of beverage? Tea.
Murderer. You sure about that, son? You know something? I know what happened. I saw it with my own eyes.
Prue's astral projection...
I'm looking at it right now.
Taking her into, like, an alternative reality, and this is...
Check out what...
That, or she is sleeping, and her astral projection, yeah, is taking her somewhere within, this universe.
I decided that you should be a little bit more traditional, so
Someone's at the door.
Anybody home?
Daddy!
Was Victor just listening in on that? Like...
Leo?
Ooh.
So you run out of tux, huh? Thought for sure you'd be wearing one of those long robes all you white lighters love.
Nah!
I decided to go a little more traditional.
That's what I told him.
So then why are you still here?
Waiting for you. I didn't have your phone number. You never even gave me your name.
I'm suspicious about him. He killed that guy.
That is the sexiest thing a man's ever done for me.
Oh, this is so real as well, and he's probably bad news now.
Hey, put up your hands. Come on.
This is the thing, though. She probably thinks there's no consequences, right? It's a dream.
Prue, wake up.
Oh, he's like, oh no, he's gonna see her disappear, isn't he?
Heading to the attic to find something old, something new.
Something borrowed and something blue.
There you go,
Right?
that's it.
We were kind of surprised you, but now you caught us. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I
Nice save,
right,
gals.
Right, it's going to be a demon-free day.
Maybe not.
Hey!
Taking care of her for the rest of this life, the afterlife, and whatever comes after that. Now, you may not support it, and you may not agree with it,
Leo!
but it is not going to stop me from marrying your daughter today. Nothing will.
Cook. Leo
You
is
know-
cooking. Oh, that's respectable.
I could probably get used to having a white lighter for a son-in-law.
Oh, she looks amazing.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Oh my God,
Don't be afraid.
she made it.
After all the elders put you and Leo through, they wanted to give you something back, so
Oh,
they sent me down. Just
look
for
at
your
them.
wedding day.
Look at them. They're saying I'm sorry for the shit we
You know,
put you
I
through.
wore my hair like this for my wedding day.
You did. I kept your wedding album after you died, and
Oh.
and I looked at the picture.
You protected this family better than I could. I'm so proud of you.
This is what they need to hear. It's brilliant
you.
and
My
amazing.
baby. You feel it all, don't you? I was never there to comfort you. I died before you even knew me. So saw this moment right now, my 3 daughters standing before me as beautiful young women. And I knew that everything would be okay.
What did you see next?
Oh. She's gonna hold. Oh, this is. Oh.
We did it. It's really happening.
It is really happening. Oh no! Oh, for crying out loud! Really? Really? Oh! We can never have anything freaking good in this wedding.
You can't.
Had to be.
Oh no 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 no! Not the cake! For fuck's sake!
This is just the final straw. It's just not meant to be.
It is. Come on. Oh. You know, one day, just one day, things will just go according to plan.
Maybe the gods are trying to spare them the pain that we went through.
No.
What did we say about
All I
projecting
need is
that
what's
bullshit
inside me.
on Leo?
Piper and I are meant to be together. What happened here today?
Piper and Leo's love has touched us all.
How human killers felt inside.
Yeah, that guy was acting a bit.
Murderer? You sure? That he's out murdered? No, but he's got fresh blood on his hands.
And plus, he was acting a bit dodgy
Oh,
earlier.
of course.
Marriage still didn't last.
Yeah, and it hurt. A lot. But it was our love that gave birth to you and your sisters.
That's true. Opened a whole new world.
Maybe that was my destiny.
Oh, well, that's kind of sweet.
Now, Prue, I don't know what's going on with you, but you have got to pull yourself together.
I'm out of here.
Prue, come on.
You know what?
Prue.
You cannot stop me, all right? I'm never going back. I'm not going...
It literally is like a life of her own.
Right, you know what? You're the id, Prue's inner desires. Which means that she is the ego, the control factor.
Wow,
She
Phoebe.
is one big remote
Phoebe.
control, and she's always got me on pause.
I think I
For
understand.
a good reason, I would
The
say.
sacrifices that you've made for us over the years. They made you suppress your inner desires. I did. You took care of us.
And now they're gonna
And now
have
it's
to...
time to take care of you.
There you go. Finish my sentence there, Phoebes. It is great that we come to that resolve.
Oh, now what?
Oh, for crying out loud! Right, we need a combo of the reverse spell, the forget spell.
You're under arrest for murder.
Ah!
That's a good idea.
He's just gonna ask him. Hey, are you a killer? Are you suspicious?
Confess to the murder and talk to the police. Oh, what, huh?
There it is.
Or deal with me.
This will turn his pants brown. Oh Oh no! Oh no! Yeah. It's.
He's ready to talk.
All right, is that the best that we can do on the lights?
Oh, this is so beautiful. This is so fucking beautiful.
That's more like
I was gonna say, could Darren not be Leo's best? Okay.
Piper. Through all the tears and struggles, I always knew in my heart they would make it here. I promise to love and respect you from this point forward as your husband, as my wife,
My heart.
my lover, my friend.
You're someone so pure and beautiful and loving as you are. But here we are, surrounded by the people that I love the most.
Ooh, yeah.
And I
I'm
feel
happy.
so proud and so blessed to be your wife. Leo, I was born to love you.
It's fucking romantic. Oh. Oh, this is beautiful. My heart. Beautiful! We did it! We did it! Oh. Oh, man. Don't you just love it when your ship marries? It's beautiful. Oh, man. I will take it. I will take it. It was a very interesting, like, kerfuffle we were embroiled with, I would say. Especially with Prue and, of course, that other side of her wanting, like, feeling that suppressed, like, yeah, she was feeling suppressed. And there came the shenanigans that came about. So, like, you were expecting something more, I would say, demonic and all of that. But it wasn't really a demon that took charge. And sadly for Prue, even though that her other side wanted to find a bit more of that, I guess, freedom, etc., she was caught in a very, very sticky predicament because obviously that big guy... I thought it was going to be TJ, to be fair, especially with how he was... how he was partnered off with Prue. But, yeah. She was caught in a really, really bad place because that big guy took advantage of the situation of Prue knocking that other guy's lights out. And then, yeah. So, I mean, obviously this was going to have complications, this wedding. I was expecting something to kick our backsides. So thankfully we were able to kind of we were able to prevail. All well and good. So neat stuff this episode. Awesome. Amazing. Yeah, it would be a bit unrealistic to assume that this day was going to go off with no problems whatsoever. There was always going to be something to kind of jeopardize the wedding for both Piper and Leo. So yeah, but obviously you would assume that it would be a demon right? That would, I guess, for this show be the cliched way of doing things. But they really, I would say, subverted expectations, because the only demon we really saw in this episode was Cole, and that was when he was intimidating that guy who actually killed the person who harassed Prue. So yeah, because he wasn't budging for Cole whatsoever. So Cole decided to go all bad cop, I would say. It was like good cop, bad cop. So yeah. And it's very, very interesting because obviously Cole has been told, don't let out Balthazar, because obviously you're wanting to make the good work, and it's not going to help matters with Balthazar coming out to play. But that was the only way that Prue was going to get freed, basically, because it was looking good for that guy until Balthazar came out to play. So, and I feel like it's very, very poignant in regards to flexing your muscles on the other side of you, I would say, because obviously that was the main situation with Prue. Her subconscious wanted that kind of freedom. She's been feeling like she has been trapped with these responsibilities and like these life difficulties, basically, with dating and all of that, and everything basically that Prue presents. There is that kind of other side, and we've seen, I would say, a bit more, I would say, a rebellious side of things. I would call this. We've seen a bit of a rebellious side of Prue in her younger years, obviously. Or if her younger years materialize itself in the present day. So it's not exactly uncharacteristic for, I would say, Prue to do away from the responsibilities. But obviously we've seen we've seen the difference between that rebellious side and that mature side, and she has learned to have that more maturity, and that's really taken the forefront, as we've seen for these past 3 seasons. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's very interesting for Cole to kind of flex his muscles and have Balthazar come out to play, despite the fact that the gals told him it's not happening. Because you want to do good, you gotta keep Balthazar hidden, basically, and let Cole come about. So, and whereas that was the case for the most part, like I said, Balthazar was the only thing that was really going to get that guy to have a little quake in his boots. So fun. It's funny how obviously keeping that side suppressed would have jeopardized Prue, really. So I definitely do think, because I do see there being a very, very interesting story with Cole. The further we're getting into this season, I don't know how we're going to end things in terms of his story, but I do like this kind of idea that it's going to be very, very complicated in terms of with Cole's character. It's not going to be all so black and white, especially the demon side, because of the fact that the demon side was the saving grace for Prue in this episode. So as well as to, I guess, get the wedding back on, really. So Cole basically being a bit of a dark horse in this episode. But also Phoebe as well. Funny you say that. Obviously, we'll call it Phoebe's relationship. But Phoebe, like, obviously, Prue lectured her with the fact of, oh, you can't talk about responsibility. But Phoebe stepped up to the mark. She was, with Piper, the whole world was on her shoulders, really. So, yeah. So obviously she was already panicking in regards to is everything going to go okay for the wedding? Is there going to be any kind of complication? She was already a bit anxious about Prue with Prue and Phoebe, and they of course said, "Oh, we're gonna get something old, something etc." So they tried to mitigate that ease, but it was really because of the fact that Prue was tired. It was all on Phoebe to kind of balance things out, really, right? So So yeah, it was very, very great for Phoebe to step up to the mark, especially when she realised what was happening with Prue, with her subconscious wanting to flex her muscles, I guess. It was really, really great for her to take that responsibility and quell things, make sure that things... Obviously, it didn't stop the feds from busting in, but she was able to sort that dilemma out, and obviously Cole was able to sort out the dilemma with Prue and her about to be incarcerated again. So, I say again, because obviously we had that way back in season 1, didn't we? So, yeah. But it was really, really great for Phoebe to step up to the mark, really. So, yeah. Obviously with Prue, she's going to feel a bit shit in regards to Piper and Leo's wedding. So, but it was really, really great to see this kind of situation kind of build more and more. This whole side of her wanting to be, wanting to have that freedom, her not wanting to deal with the responsibilities, that getting built up more and more because of the fact that it was really suppressed. And there comes that idea that you've got a lot on your plate, I guess you could say, and that Phoebe's coming to that recognition that you can let loose a bit, etc. So yeah, it was a really, really interesting concept, because like I said, it could have gone the cliched way of presenting a demon to intervene and all of that, because why the hell not? I mean, we're in a supernatural based show, so yeah. So I was really, really surprised when it came to that realization that it was pretty much more. Obviously, though, I guess you could still say that there is still that supernatural element with that astral projection, with the, I guess, suppressed side of Prue, that subconscious, manifesting itself outside of, I guess, that consciousness via the astral projection, and yeah. So, but in terms of any kind of demons for that the Source is going to send up and all of that, there was none of that. So I was really, really surprised with how things went by in that aspect, because you were going to expect something was going to be a bit of a hindrance. So, and really, see, I don't want to say this because I don't want to put all the blame on Prue and all of that, because I mean, we saw really how she had no control and her subconscious took an entity of its own. But yeah, you could say that Prue was the thing that was the person that presented itself a threat to the big day, really. So, see, saying that, it doesn't sound right, does it? Because like I said, with Prue, she was feeling a bit tired, and she was a bit lost in terms of what was going on, because you were thinking that at first, okay, well, these dreams are getting taxing seemingly, and then I was thinking, what if it's a astral form going to, I guess, a parallel plane or whatever. And then obviously with the investigation going on, the gears were starting to turn about, okay, so what if she is unknowingly astral projecting in her dreams, and she just it's kind of like living two lives in one, isn't it? So yeah, which obviously makes a lot of sense to explain tiredness, because it's like pulling all-nighters like several times in a row. You're gonna drop. I mean, pulling one all-nighter is very, very exhausting. Like, staying up over 24 hours. Like, I know from doing my charity live streams that doing like over 24 hours, it's just so great to hit the bed again. It's like heaven. So yeah, obviously with that astral projecting side of her, it's gonna be absolutely insane. So yeah, and it wasn't just the one night. It kept happening and happening. So, phew. But yeah, it was really, really great stuff, especially with the wedding itself. I gotta say, Patty showing up was... I was kind of hoping she would show up. I was kind of subjecting myself to don't get too, you know, excited or whatever. Like, don't anticipate Patty showing up, but she did. And that scene with her and the girls was just... Yeah, it just melted my heart, especially with how she approached all of the sisters. So yeah, it was really, really great stuff. And not just that, though, but with the elders as well. I really like that explanation that they're basically apologising for the shit show that they have caused. And I'm just thinking, I'm wondering, you know what? Headcanon. Something's come up, they need Leo, but then like, no. Let someone else do it. We've summoned this guy too much, and if we pull him from this wedding or whatever, I think the Hallowells will rain hellfire on us. So, yeah, I'd like to think that happened. I don't know. I just love the fact that they're essentially apologizing, and they did this nice little moment. So yeah, but yeah, Patty showing up was just really, really beautiful. Like with the way that she approached all of the girls was just really, really wholesome. And you know, with Victor there as well, you were just thinking, okay, well, this is gonna be awkward. Like he's gonna see Patty, and it was awkward. Don't get me wrong, but it was really, really nice when obviously Piper was going through a lot of distress and for okay, well, the wedding can't happen. It was not meant to be, and then Victor really pulled through, using the right amount of words as well as Patty as well, like trying to ease her in, saying, well, you're always destined and all of that, because Victor worried she'd see her more so as a witch and all of that. And with Patty, she was worried that Victor wouldn't have the right things to say. But they both pulled through in their own ways, really, to kind of mitigate any kind of hurt that Piper was going through. So, and you can't really blame Piper for feeling that way, because, I mean, obviously we know that there has been so many ways that either the elders or just the universe in general have tried to like sabotage this relationship. But I've been there quite a few times with Fitzsimmons. It always prevails. Nothing can stop what is destined. So, even if something does come up on the wedding itself, yeah, that destiny cannot be freaking stopped. So, but I really, really did love it. Like, especially the wedding itself. It was beautiful. Loved it. I'm happy we're at this moment, though. I am really, really happy, because they deserve it. They deserve it. I also really loved the, of course, continued tension between Leo and Victor as well. And I really, really gotta say, props to Leo when he stood up to Victor. Because there is obviously going to be this side of, things fell apart with Patty and Victor, because she went to her white lighter, and this kind of brings a bit of disdain from Victor to Leo, and Leo he knows his love for Piper is real, and that's gonna be a constant. He will do anything for Piper. So Vic, and I really love how Victor was like, you know what, he stood up to me. I respect your courage, bud. So yeah, and then going to the lengths of being the best man as well. So I'm kind of bummed out that Daryl wasn't. I mean, I loved there was an episode earlier this season where you just loved Daryl and Leo's partnership and all of that, and yeah, I was kind of bummed out there. So no, but in all seriousness, it was really great. I loved the wedding. It melted my heart. I'm just glad that it happened, and now they're married. So, oh man. Don't you just love it when your ships prevail and it's just beautiful? So happy for them. So happy. But yeah, quite an intense episode, like especially for Prue. So yeah, but yeah, I loved it really, really well. So I'm going to have a bit of bias for this episode, understandably, with my Piper and Leo ship prevailing. But it was just really great on multiple aspects, like even Paddy showing up, and it was like a really, really beautiful... it was a really, really beautiful way to kind of reunite her with her daughters. So it is, and the Prue side of things was just really, really interesting as well. Like, especially since they could have gone the cliched way of presenting a demon, but there was no demons present, just Cole. The only demonic presence was Cole, and even then that was for the greater good, because otherwise Prue would be serving time for a murder she didn't commit. So yeah, but yeah, brilliant episode. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!